Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss a topic that is commonly discussed with a lot of John Mayer gear nerds, and that is the combination of a Tubescreamer and a Klon, or a Tubescreamer type of clone and a Klon type of clone, and whether you should go Tubescreamer into a Klon or a Klon into a Tubescreamer, vice versa. It's not going to be a perfect comparison because, as most of you know, I'm in the digital world, so I run a Fractal FM9 Turbo, and these are digital emulations of those two pedals and the amps that are kind of like a John Mayer type of thing. So we're going to kind of take you through both those combinations and show you kind of what is going on and maybe why John might change the order night to night. We know that he's been using those two pedals for quite a while, probably since like Battle Studies-ish era, and he's been known to swap them back and forth. And most recently, he's had a Tubescreamer and a Klon, and then another Tubescreamer after that. Since, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago or last year, whenever it was, and then he kind of got rid of that option. But let's go ahead and take a look at FM9 Edit, and we're going to do a lot of playing samples, mainly stay on probably the neck pickup for the most part on this Mike Lowell SX Custom, Lawler Blondes. You've probably seen this guitar before on this channel, so let's go ahead and dive into FM9 Edit. All right, here we are in FM9 Edit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of flip-flop between two different presets. They are identical except for the drive blocks right here. The drive blocks are flip-flopped for each preset, and what I'm doing is just going to be showing you what is happening when you have a Tubescreamer before a Klon or a Klon before a Tubescreamer. Now, for those of you who know, general rule of thumb with drive pedals, the last pedal, gain pedal, you have, especially like when you're stacking them, well, I guess that's all we're talking about, stacking the pedals. The last pedal is going to have more of that characteristic come through. So for example, if the Tubescreamer is last, you're probably going to have more of a mid-range hump to it, whereas maybe with the Klon at the very end, you're going to have more of that, it's not really a transparent overdrive, but you're going to probably have maybe a little bit more of fullness, I would say. So here is the signal chain. It's very simple. Two drive blocks. We have these two amp blocks. I'll just quickly take you through them. Here's the 2-rock. Let's go to the ideal tab. This is kind of what's going on right here. Going down to dynamics, since probably my last Fractal tutorial video, they've added this input dynamics. Love it. I'm using it right now, so here it is. A little bit of gain enhancer. And then in parallel, we got this SV bass, which is simulating a Dumble steel string singer. Here's some more settings. And this is all on my lead scene, by the way. Nothing really here. Nope, not here. Just change the tube type. Check out the cathode follower right here. It's pretty awesome. Nothing here. Nothing there. Let's go all the way down here. Just add a little bit of input dynamics and gain enhancer. Cabs. Factory 2 cabs. A rumble in a 2-stone. Just a little bit of low cut. Could probably bump that up a little bit more, but I'm liking the tone right now. A little bit of high cut, some room, and that's it right there. Reverbs in parallel, the South Church, and I believe this is all that I have going on. There we go. Okay. So, first one, we got the Tubescreamer into the Klon. This is kind of one that I've been gravitating towards mostly. Nothing here. I think I changed the diode type and then maybe bumped up the bias a little bit. And then the Klon Chiron. Here are the settings. Kind of relatively where John might have it. So let's just go and play a little bit. Let's go and play the Belief solo. How about that? And just kind of listen for the subtleties. Okay, that's Tubescreamer into the Klon. Let's go up. Now we have the Klon Chiron into the Tubescreamer. Okay, there's a little bit of hiss, so I'm gonna back off a little bit and talk at you. So, kind of what I'm hearing is what I kind of predicted. The second one, there's a little bit more of that mid-range chewiness to it. Maybe even a little bit more sustain, but I could definitely hear the mids popping out more. The first one, definitely more full. But let's go ahead and we'll just kind of keep flip-flopping. So let's go back. Sorry for the flubs. Going back to it. All right, so yeah, I'm hearing a lot more mids popping through on the second one, and that's the Klon into the Tubescreamer, which I haven't been using, but I am really digging. I guess what I was going for before, which was the Tubescreamer into the Klon, was more bite and more note attack. Sometimes, in my opinion, if you use too many mids, you're gonna lose a little bit of that pick attack. I don't know. It's just maybe that note separation. I don't know what it is, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. And now that I'm playing through it, I'm really digging the Klon into the Tubescreamer. This guy. Because I guess what you think about with John and his sound, especially his lead sound, is that mid-range, especially nowadays. He's loving mid-range, whereas back in the day he was kind of opposed to mid-range. But I think he flip-flops from night to night based on the environment and the PA and what that's doing, because he's using real tube amps, he's using pedals, and you're going to be getting different power and different environments. So I'm thinking that it's all kind of a last minute thing during sound check. He's swapping them out based on that. Or maybe it's based on if he wants a little bit cleaner sound and a little bit more note attack, which in that case, I would think something like this, the Tubescreamer into the Klon, would make a lot more sense. But now that I'm playing through it, I'm personally really loving the Klon into the Tubescreamer, which is kind of a quintessential pedal order type of thing, low gain into a higher gain, if you will. A lot of people think in those terms, but I like what the Tubescreamer brings out in terms of those mids. It's just a little bit more woolly, I guess you could say. But this doesn't solve any sort of mystery. We all know John flip-flops between the two, but I'm just giving you just some sound samples and maybe a little insight to why he might do that. And again, I think it's just a personal preference and a night-to-night thing. Maybe it's power issues or the environment that he's playing in. So who knows? But hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something from it. And we'll see you again in the next video. Bye.